This may be a shock to a lot of you, but 2020 wasn't all that great when I look back on it. And as much as I assume you all want to just forget about it and block it out, that's stupid. It's important to review the past in order to ensure a greater tomorrow, which is something we certainly seem to lack nowadays. Now let's briefly go back to 2020 so we don't end up repeating it. I will be Jack Conlon, and this is Hit the Road Jack. Alright, so the year started off relatively okay, with just the minor concept of World War III being spread around after the US had assassinated Qasem Soleimani. At this time we also knew of COVID-19, but did not anticipate the immense outbreak to take over the entire world the way it did. Then these next few ones in February were largely out of our control, as natural disasters were especially awful in the world, from swarms of locusts to heavy rains and subsequent flooding throughout various locations around the world, most notably Africa and Australia. Oh boy. Here's the part I don't think anyone's forgetting anytime soon. March was when we showed much more precaution for COVID-19 and closed down the school and entered a quarantine. Oh hey, it's nearly been a year now. Not much actually happened in April, as it proved to be more of a month continuing the quarantine struggles we all initially had, but the Pentagon did reveal videos of UFO sightings, which is quite fun, and we should all definitely look more into it. In May, with the horrific death of George Floyd, came one of the grandest protests this nation had with the Black Lives Matter movement against police brutality. However, this movement would soon be taken advantage of and tainted by the riots that followed and turned violent in many big cities, most notably for us, Los Angeles. The Black Lives Matter movement would continue on strongly for the next few months, while the issues of COVID and the riots persisted as well. All the while, people began thinking more and more about the upcoming presidential election. Since the outside apparently didn't seem dangerous enough, massive wildfires started first in Australia, and then to a lesser extent in California as well. And while the West Coast was set ablaze, the East Coast wasn't doing too much better, and ironically was being hit by the opposite, with October's Hurricane Zeta. Now we're definitely approaching the end of the year, with November, where things actually start to look better, with the biggest thing really being the presidential election where Biden won. However, politics are oftentimes extremely messy, so still not our best time, but still a slight bit better than being sick, burned, attacked, and flooded. Now, this is where it takes a distinct turn for the better, and everyone is on board for. The COVID-19 vaccines have begun being distributed by December, in time for a new year and hopefully a new beginning. So yeah, probably not my favorite year, but let's not forget that with all this awfulness also came some positive experiences. I'm sure everyone had as well. It's important to be knowledgeable of the past mistakes, but let's make sure to hold on to our greater triumphs too. Many of these things seem horrendous, and I must agree that they are quite bad, but they are also a testament towards our own strength. Yes, everything seems to be crashing down, and even our country is tearing itself apart, but we always persevere, we always carry on, and soon enough, we will begin to thrive once again. I was Jack Conlon, and here's to a prosperous future.